Hi, my name is Martha. Last name is Villar. My sign name is Bent V from the Temple. I am hearing, I'm not deaf. I'm an interpreter. So, the reason why I know sign is not because I have deaf family, although I do have really close and dear friends who are deaf, and I call them my family. So, I decided to go ahead and video myself signing rather than speaking because honestly, there's already plenty of hearing videos out there, right? First of all, I want to warn you all right now that I'm actually really fucking nervous. Like I commented already, I am an interpreter, and that's, my field of work. I also own a business that's specifically there to provide interpreters for things that are not completely supported by the ADA law. That's a whole separate video, and I can expand on that more another time if somebody really wants to know. But for now, that was just short explanation. The reason I'm telling you that I do both of those things is because for some reason I can easily hear and interpret what I'm hearing, and I can coordinate interpreters to provide service and make sure the deaf experience is as equal to the hearing experience as the best that I can do. But when it's my turn to communicate from myself, when it's my turn to open up and talk about my opinions and my thoughts and my philosophies and stuff, it's hard. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why. I don't know. That's just been my thing, I guess, for a while. I think I have some sort of block in my mind about it. I'm not really sure what it's relating to, but yeah, that's what it is. So there's that. The reason why I'm here taping myself signing is because I recently had a lot of self growth, we'll say. I recently went to a thing that made me really analyze myself and realize that so far I've been living or not living from a place of fear, meaning that really recently I learned that I'm the kind of person who, if I don't really know the right way to approach something and be successful at it, whatever that thing is, I kind of tend to not go for it, or I tend to wait and be very careful and analyze the situation and be prepared and have all my ducks in a row and have everything worked out before I actually go for it. Wow. Honestly, I thought that I was very free about things and very like whatever and who cares and I'm just gonna go for it type of person. But turns out, after that 2-day event that I just recently went to, I learned a lot about myself and I want to change some things. So the 2-day event that I'm talking about is, you know about motivational speakers, right? They're the people that, present about inspiring things that help you want to achieve your goals and chase your dreams and do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. And so it's not really like advising, but they kind of help you to be motivated and to make you want to go out into the world and be successful with life, right? So really this event was kind of close to that, but it's more of a transformational speaker that I went to go see, spelling out transformational. So he, whose name is Kyle, last name Cease, he before used to be, was involved with the entertainment industry. He was an actor, a comedian, and so forth. And then he switched over to become a transformational speaker. That 2-day event really included, I don't know, quote unquote, kind of workshops per se, where, if you go, you really do have to do some work. You got to analyze your stuff and, really figure out who it is that you are and what your barriers and, things that are blocking you from chasing your dreams, what those things are. And, what are maybe some of the beliefs that I've internalized that, from my upbringing that have been blocking me from, living my life the way I want to. It was a really cool event, I have to say. I really, really enjoyed it. And also, too, I think because, he still uses humor. He uses his humor to kind of help me understand myself in a way. I mean, I really liked it. I loved it, actually. And it's so funny. He has this book and it's called I Hope I Screw This Up. I'm going to show you. Hold on a second. Super funny. I went to the event and I bought a t-shirt, right? And the t-shirt says, I hope I screw this up. And I put it on and walked around with it. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I was walking around with it and people were looking at me like, "Wait, what? What do you mean you hope you screw this up? What does that mean?" And so it was cool because I got a chance to explain what it was about. So really this book, or the title itself really, it just kind of talks about how we as, I don't know, people in general are so afraid to screw up something that we kind of don't try things, or maybe we try them but we're very cautious about it, and we, like for me, like I'll go step by step and then really check things out before I move too far forward, you know and rather than just saying what the hell and just going for it. And if you screw it up, then you screw it up, and then you love that and we learn from it and it's cool, and you improve who you are, and you know better who you are. And so I started to read the book. I haven't really gotten through the whole thing, but I will. I will. But I did decide to go to the event first of all, and like I said, it was really impactful. It really, really has changed my life. And I kind of view the world differently. Not really the world actually, but more of my life. I see my life differently and how I want to approach my life differently now. So obviously, here I am. I'm signing and videotaping myself while I'm signing, and I just want to let you know, like, the reason why I'm doing it is because one of the worst things for me to do. It's one of the things that I'm most fearful of. Because again, I can interpret all day someone else's thoughts, but when I'm communicating for myself and just kind of open up and just leave myself available for your criticisms and your judgments of my ASL skills and my signing skills and my facial expressions, and whoo, that's a lot. And I mean, like I said, I am literally shaking. You can't really see it, but I am. I promise you, I'm shaking. So anyway, like, I'm really actually kind of excited about this though, because even though I'm scared, I feel a little free. I don't know, it's hard to explain it, but I do. Huh. So anyway, I went to this event and it was really cool. And I loved, I don't know, I would love to be able to help or work with Kyle to really make this event completely deaf accessible and deaf friendly. Not necessarily just provide equivalency in terms of language, but the whole experience itself. And then obviously later I would love to bring in a deaf person that can be a consultant to make sure they can speak for themselves. And really, I think it would benefit the whole thing. So I'm going to try and work that out with him at some point. So that's definitely a goal of mine. So I just want to let you guys know that is a goal of mine. So if any of you guys have any requests, or like if you've already gone to an event that's that kind of event before and maybe your experience was not super satisfactory, or you had an amazing experience, or if maybe you've been thinking about going to something like this but there's something that's blocking you. I mean, besides money, I know that money can be a thing, and it can be a hard part for people, but not talking about that, just other things, other reasons why maybe you won't go for it and just go to be inspired. So please just throw them at me. Let me know what they are. I would love to know what you guys think, so that when I go and I talk to him, and hopefully soon, and I sit and chat with him about it, I can, I won't be speaking for you guys. I can be maybe sharing with him what I've already learned from all of you instead. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, I would definitely love to know your comments. You can video yourself, you can drop in messages, it's totally up to you. So the other thing that I wanted to mention while I was here is, again, that event was amazing, but Kyle, asked all of us, and when I say all of us, I'm talking about close to like 1,400 people here. He asked us to commit to doing, something new for the next 90 days, or at least for me, it was something new. And he committed for 100 days of things, and he let us know what his list of commitments were. And so I thought that was really interesting. And then, he actually had his team pass out these cards where we had to write down whatever our commitments were going to be. And then at the bottom, we have to sign it. And we gave it to his team where, who collected them, because they're going to actually email and call us. And they're going to ask us, follow up on how we're doing with these commitments and so forth. And so, wow, for real, they are. And so now I'm gonna kind of put myself out there and call myself out and share with you what my commitments are, which means that at this point I can't, well, I mean, I can mess this up. And if I mess this up, I can love that and I will learn from that. But my goal is to actually complete the 90 days. So here we go. Hopefully, you guys can make sure that you hold me accountable if you know me. But I do have a total of 7 things that are on my list of commitments. All right, first, no political talk for me for the next 90 days at all, whatsoever. Nothing. Zero. The reason why I picked that is because right now I'm kind of not, I don't have really good vibes around that topic. My mojo around it, my energy around that topic is kind of hard for me to discuss without having negativity behind it. And I don't really like spreading negative energy. That's just not my thing. And so I'm trying to get to a place where I can talk about it, talk about politics without having, anger or fear or resentment or, I want to have more faith and more trust around what's going on. And so we'll see what happens. But for now, no political talk for the next 90 days. Second, this one's going to be hard for me, but there's no Facebook scrolling. For me, I didn't realize how much time I was wasting just sitting there reading blog, posts and this and liking and loving and, laughing and just my goodness, so much scrolling. And so for the next 90 days, I'm really limiting what I can do on it. I can post for myself. I can go into pages that really inspire me and, feed my soul and help me to grow and develop and better who I am. Yes, I can do those, but in general, just like spending time there scrolling, nope, not happening. Illegal. Third, I have committed to a half hour of wedding or marriage preparation. So I'm supposed to be getting married November 11th, and I'm really behind right now. So I have to catch up a lot. So that's a daily thing. Fourth, I have to do a minimum of a half hour of physical activity of some sort, whether it's going to the gym and working out, or running, or taking a class at LA Fitness, or whatever that is. But the important part about it is that it's physical activity of some sort. Fifth, I have to do a minimum of a half hour of studying for my personal certification, personal training certification, because yep, I've decided to become a personal trainer. I'm actually really excited about that. So if you're gonna need a personal trainer in the future, let me know. But yeah, so minimum of a half hour of time dedicated to studying, reading, whatever, preparing for the certification, or I can actually apply that time to my business as well. So one of the two. Sixth is a minimum of half hour that I'm giving to myself for me time. I can free read, maybe something that's not related to my business or personal training, but just free reading. I'm thinking first I'm gonna read the Hope I Screw This Up book. That's my first goal, and then when I'm done with that, I'll maybe move on to a second book or. During that time, I can stretch my muscles. Wow, that was a weird sign for muscles. But yeah, my muscles, I can dance, whatever I want to do. Um, Maybe not watch TV though. It just depends on the show. I mean, if it's a dance related show, then maybe I will because I love dancing. I love watching dancing. I don't know. It just depends on the show. Next and the last one, it's that I must one time a week take my dogs out for a walk. Oh my gosh, I can't spell dogs. Um, I have to admit that, yeah, I'm kind of not really awesome with that so far. I mean, I have 2 dogs since what, 2011, and I'm not super strong with taking them out for walks. That's not a strength of mine. So I absolutely want to improve that. Oh, and I forgot to put down no soda. I have stopped drinking soda for close to a year. However, every now and then I will have like a diet Dr. Pepper, but for the next 90 days, I'm saying no soda at all whatsoever. But yeah, so that's it for my list of commitments for the next 90 days. And Kyle did ask us to pick either a reward for completing the whole 90 days or a consequence of some sort, or if we like miss a day or whatnot. And so actually I picked both. um if I complete the 90 days and I do everything and check everything off my list, then my reward to myself is to go on a shopping spree for clothes for $300, because so far I've lost about what, like 37, 38 pounds, and my body's shrinking, my feet have shrunk, um, my shoes don't fit, my clothes don't fit. So I'm like, okay, if I do this and I do 90 days, then I'm going to reward myself and gift myself, a shopping spree of $300. So, however, if I fail it, if I miss a day, or if maybe I do everything but one thing on the list, then my, consequence or punishment, whatever, not really punishment, but we'll use that for now, was gonna be that I had to film myself signing, which I don't know, I just did that. So it's really interesting. But the reason that I picked that was because like I said, it's the thing I was the most scared of, because I know that I tend to be really English in terms of how I communicate with sign, and I know people are gonna judge it possibly, and so I have to just let it go and not be so hurt by it and be like, oh my god. But yeah, I just realized that I'm gonna have to pick a new consequence because I just filmed myself. So, it's kind of conflicting because I already did the thing I didn't want to do. So I'm gonna have to think about that, and then I guess I'll let you guys know. Like, I can't think of something right now, but I have to pick something that holds me accountable, that to make sure that I follow through with everything. So that's important. I'll think about it, and maybe tomorrow I'll decide, and whatever that new thing is, and I'll let you guys know. So anyway, please be nice with your comments, and maybe I'll have another video soon. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for watching me and for bearing with me, and I love you all.